Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about something many of us have experienced in nursing profession, but we tend to keep quiet about it, and that is the toxic work environment in nursing. Nursing is the most rewarding career that I can think of, but it also comes with all its challenges and problems. So, a toxic workplace doesn't just affect your mental health, it also affects the care and the care that we give to our patient. So, let's break this down. How do you recognize what a toxic work environment is? How does it affect us as an individual? And how can we cope with such situations when we find ourselves in such situations? I've had a job that I had to quit because of a toxic workplace. I'm stretched out so thin. I cry in the car before I even get on my shift. So what are the signs that we have to like notice of toxic environment? So, toxic environment in nursing workplace actually looks like this. Firstly, you notice people um, having constant gossip, bullying from co-workers. Instead of teamwork, you find them in cliques. You say this one belongs to this group, this one belongs to that clique, and this gives this negativity vibes when you come to work. Secondly, there is no respect from leadership or your colleagues. Your concerns are always brushed off like you don't know what you're saying, or they made you feel so small that it's not important. And thirdly, there is this unrealistic expectation from management and leadership and even your co-workers, because you have chronic staff shortage and you have to like stretch yourself so thin, and not nobody's taking responsibility or try to find you help. And finally, there's this punitive culture in nursing most of the time, that instead of making the mistakes that you make to become a learning opportunities, they tend to like make it like a weapon to shame you. And this makes you feel so drained, anxious, or even dreading every single shift. Makes you feel unseen and like you're not even trying to put any effort. And this is a really major flag though. In nursing or in any nursing workplace or in any workplace. So let's talk about the impact, how it affects us as individuals or as nurses. A toxic environment doesn't just stay at work though. You can realize that it follows you home, because most of the time you're stressed out, you're anxious. It might actually lead to depression, like you don't know what you're doing. Many nurses end up being burnt out and leaving the profession altogether, like they'll just stop working. I've actually left a job just because of that. But it's not even only about us as individuals, though. It's also about the patient, because a toxic work environment actually affects the patient and the quality of care that we give to them. Poor teamwork and low morals increases the chance that you're going to make mistakes and um, um, have medical errors. And it can also delay care. It even makes the environment so unsafe for the patient and for staffs themselves. And over time, you start to lose the passion that brought you in into nursing, and the compassion start draining out. Instead of being a caregiver and trying to give your whole, you feel like you're just doing the tax just for the tax and get the money and get out. And this sometimes deeply hurt people that really, really have the passion for nursing. So, how do you protect yourself if you find yourself in such situations? So, let's talk about how we can actually just cope with such situations. I would say you document everything that happens, though. If you are being maltreated, when you're so short staffed and you look at this assignment and you feel like you're just being unfair to you, please keep a record to protect yourself. And then even if you need to escalate the situation, if it's not a one-time thing, then you know you have documentation of what has been happening. Another thing that you can do to cope is to find support. It can just be from a trusted co-worker, a mentor, the employee assistant program that they have. Don't carry the burden alone. Share it with someone. If you feel a certain way, let them know that's how you feel, and you might find help there. And another thing is set boundaries. There's nothing that's saying no is actually acceptable, as long as you're not being unreasonable. Set boundaries when you're so short staffed, when you think your assignment is unfair to you. Please speak up. A third thing that you can do is like to have self-care. Please eat healthy, hydrate, rest, Sometimes the earliest decision, if you know you can't cope again, is to step aside. Just step away. Choose an environment that will actually value you, just like I did when I think I'm not valued. I left and got a new job. At the end of the day, though, nursing is about compassion and not just about us, but we are there for our patient and then for ourselves too, at least. We deserve not to suffer in silence. You can do all these things so that you don't carry all the burden, especially for the new nurses that are coming in. If you actually experience any toxic environment, you can share your comment if you can. And if you find this video very helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real nursing talk. You take care of yourself until I see you in the next video. Thank you and bye.